So hello everyone and welcome back to my allotment. I've been down here for a couple of hours doing a bit of lawn mowing, tidying the place up a little bit. I've not been able to film because there's been a lot of people about. It's hot and it's sunny and everyone's out. So I thought we'd have a look at what I've been doing so far today, and we're going to have a look at the onions and garlics. I think it's about time that I pulled those up. So as you can see, we've had a little bit of a trim. Things are looking a little bit tidier around here. I think it looks quite nice when it's been trimmed. What you won't have seen last time was the peas that are planted, the pumpkin in its little halo. We've got this bed here ready for the cucumbers, and we've got courgettes over in this one over here. Now, one issue that I have come across is I've been using petrol lawnmower, which has worked really well. However, when I put these parts in, I didn't really think about it too much. I just did a random width, and it turns out I can't get the lawnmower down there. So that's gonna be a job for the strimmer again when I get that out again. Right, let's go and have a little look at the onions, onion, garlic and shallot beds. As you can see, they're quite overgrown. It's been very difficult because they were left for so long and the weeds have grown. It's been very difficult for me to actually try and get in between and weed, which I think has probably affected the size of all of them. You can probably see along the middle, we've got all the garlics. I picked one a couple of days ago, and it looked perfect. It looks like they were ready to pull up, really. The leeks are a lot bigger than they were. However, they're still not as big as I'd expect a leek to be. However, it looks like we're starting to get some rust on the leaves. And we've got a few that have started to flower as well. So I think they're probably as big as they're going to get, and I'll just have to look at replanting those again. It's quite difficult to find where the onions are in here, but quite a few of them have started flowering, and some of them that I have found are of a reasonable size. So compared to my hand, that's not too bad. So I think I'm going to be looking at pulling all these up today. I know they're not going to be the size that I wanted, but next year I'll be looking at planting them slightly differently. And it does then mean that I can just lawnmower this completely over, start weeding, and I'm probably going to put some raised beds in here just to make it a bit easier for next time. So I am going to get on with getting all of those onions, shallots, garlics and leeks out. Picking of garlic, quite a decent haul, even though I probably would have liked them to have a little bit longer in just to bulk up a little bit. But we do have some decent sized ones, some quite large ones, and as you can imagine there's a few fairly small ones as well. So here we go, here is the full collection of everything I've managed to get up today. So here's all my leeks, not quite as big as I'd hoped, but still reasonable, eatable. We've got lots of little shallots that I found about as well, and then we've got a nice selection of white onions and red onions. So as you can see, where the onions, leeks, garlics and shallots were, I've gone over with my lawnmower. It's made it look a lot tidier if nothing else, but it has actually helped me find a few of the smaller onions that I didn't realise had grown. They're a bit too small to see below all the weeds. So I'm actually slightly more happy with my harvest. It's not as many as I'd expected, and they're not as big as I'd hoped, but to be honest, they've been left to their own devices since they've been planted pretty much. As soon as the weeds started growing, I was off sick for a couple of months, so taking that into account, I think we've done fairly well, and I'll just look at a better way of planting them next year. So I think I'll do them in raised beds next year with kind of no diggy type method, and hopefully we'll get a bit of a bigger harvest. So as you can tell, I am really hot, really sweaty, and I'm ready to go home. I'm knackered. It's been a really productive day. I've got more done than I expected, but I have been here a bit longer than I expected as well. I expect to be, you know, hour and a half, something like that, just because of the heat. But as usual, got carried away and kept on going. So I'm going to head home. I'm going to wash all those onions, garlic, shallots, leeks, and see what is keepable and what isn't. And I will be back with you in the next episode. Incidentally, do let me know if you prefer more short videos, or you'd rather that I saved a couple of days up and made a longer video. I do appreciate yesterday's video was really, really long, which I was not aware of until I uploaded it onto YouTube. So let me know what you prefer. I can either do lots of short ones, more short ones, or longer but less frequent uploads. So do let me know, and I will see you in the next episode. Happy allotmenting.